For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first and also for the Greek. Ephesians 2:8-9. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. Romans 10:3. For they, being ignorant of God's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. Galatians 1:6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel. Romans 1:16, Jane. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first, and also for the Greek. For in it the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Hebrews 10:1-2, ESV. For since the law has but a shadow of the good things to come instead of the true form of these realities, it can never, by the same sacrifices that are continually offered every year, make perfect those who draw near. Otherwise, would they not have ceased to be offered, since the worshippers, having once been cleansed, would no longer have any consciousness of sins? 2 Corinthians 5:20 hint. For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them. Leviticus 6, end. Speak to Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the law of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed, shall the sin offering be killed before the Lord. It is most holy. Ephesians 4:20-24, that you put off concerning your former conduct the old man which grows corrupt according to the deceitful lusts, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, that you put on the new man which was created according to God, in true righteousness and holiness. Romans 5, as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so also by one man's obedience many will be made righteous. Casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ. Hebrews 10:12. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down at the right hand of God. Hebrews 10:11. And every priest stands ministering daily and offering repeatedly the same sacrifices, which can never take away sins. Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound, but where sin abounded, grace abounded much more. 2 Corinthians 12:9. And he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore most gladly I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. 1 King 1, reference to Solomon being chosen as king, full chapter contains the details. Matthew 26, verse 69-75, NKJV. Now Peter sat outside in the courtyard, and a servant girl came to him, saying, You also were with Jesus of Galilee. But he denied it before them all, saying, I do not know what you are saying. And when he had gone out to the gateway, another girl saw him and said to those who were there, This fellow also was with Jesus of Nazareth. But again he denied with an oath, I do not know the man. And a little later those who stood by came up and said to Peter, Surely you also are one of them, for your speech betrays you. Then he began to curse and swear, saying, I do not know the man. Immediately a rooster crowed, and Peter remembered the word of Jesus, who had said to him, Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. So he went out and wept bitterly. Acts 2:40-39, Peter's sermon on Pentecost. Act 2:41, then those who gladly received his word were baptized, and that day about 3,000 souls were added to them. Romans 6, verse 1-2. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Certainly not. How shall we who died to sin live any longer in it? Romans 3:8. And why not say, Let us do evil that good may come, as we are slanderously reported, and as some affirm that we say. Here are the full Bible verses extracted from